Are you aware that the FID, according to the media, would have written to the Integrity Commission and tells the Integrity Commission that it has no credible basis to probe? I want to repeat that again. And I want you guys to tie my phrase into all that I'm saying. Learn to ignore ignorance, because what is happening here is blatant ignorance. You ever hear them say ignorance is bliss? That is the Labour Party and the FID today. And if you don't mind sharp and be careful, Jamaica, they will drag you down into their ignorance. And I'm going to tell you why. The FID tells the Integrity Commission, remember the IC would have referred the matter after they would have complete Andrew's investigation, and they decide that they cannot certify the Prime Minister because they have reasonable explanation as to why this needs to be further investigated. One, the Prime Minister has not complied with some of the questions asked. Yeah? And so, if this requirement is outside of the jurisdiction of the Integrity Commission, if you are living in a country where you want to stamp out corruption, if an institution came under scrutiny for going above and beyond on matters of corruption, what would a decent, abiding citizen would have done is carefully looked on what was presented, and if the accusations warrant an investigation, then you pursue. In this case, the Integrity Commission would have investigated and they would have found some information to which they would have asked the Prime Minister on numerous occasions to explain these findings. It's not like the Integrity Commission would have arrived at a conclusion without the knowledge of the Prime Minister and just, hey, we can't certify you because you're a thief. No. The Integrity Commission would have given the Prime Ministers several chances to explain the findings before him. And it is that reason, Jamaica, why the Integrity Commission had to conclude their investigation. Because simply put, the Prime Minister was not, what is the word to even use? The Prime Minister was not, I wouldn't say agree, but he wasn't complying. And, you know, in layman terms, he wasn't forthcoming. Thank you, God is good. And so, Jamaica, the Integrity Commission, who stands for integrity, would have found so much irregularities, said to themselves, okay, I am doing my job here, and I have reasons to believe that the Prime Minister, I don't want to say corrupt as yet, but based on the investigation, the Integrity Commission would have arrived at several conclusions. This idiot reality check is back again. I want you to stick around because I am going to show you exactly who you are and what labor rights are this morning. I'm asking my moderators to give this clown a chance without muting or block. No. The Integrity Commission Jamaica would have arrived at some conclusions and gave the Prime Minister several chances to explain the findings. The Prime Minister was not forthcoming. And so, the IC have other matters they want to pursue, and Andrew Holness continue to waste their time. So the Integrity Commission put a pause and wrap up his investigation. Yeah? And the investigation didn't end well. Because they would have found that what is before them warrants further investigation, because what appears are financial crimes. And because the Integrity Commission is not set up to investigate financial crimes, the matter was referred to the FID, who has the authority to investigate financial crimes. Yes? All right. In addition, Jamaica, based on the report stated that 2 of the companies that the Prime Minister is embattled with wrote in his declarations to the IC, and this is where the IC arrived at a conclusion that the Prime Minister would have committed a breach, which is to lie on his statutory declarations. Remember, the same thing happened to Marissa Dalrymple, where she lied on her statutory declarations and caused her to be charged. The Prime Minister has done the same thing. He would have lied, and I'm going to tell you where him lied. The Prime Minister told the Integrity Commission, yeah, that 2 of his business, at least, were not making any money, and so he's unable to file his tax returns to the TAJ, because in all truth, Jamaica, if you have a business and your business now make no money, then that is understandable. How you go pay your tax for your business and the company now make no money? That is understandable. So the Integrity Commission understands. They understand. However, the Integrity Commission was being very professional. So what they did, you, Mr. Reality Checker, yes, so you come in now, because you just comment that the FID, yeah, has more resources than the Integrity Commission and found nothing wrong with it. And you are saying that the Integrity Commission wasted $30 million. And I would have listened to Nationwide. I tell you, Jamaica, them is a carefully orchestrated, is a script, All of them are work together, to further overthrow the Integrity Commission. But I'm going to open your eyes this afternoon. Make a sip me ginger tea.